Hello, sixth graders. This is lesson 7.3, solving equations using multiplication or division. So today we're going to be using the very similar process that we used to solve equations in 7.2. The only difference is that in lesson 7.2, we were working with addition and subtraction. Today we're going to be working with multiplication and division. So very similar lessons. A couple of key ideas I want to talk to you about. We have the multiplication property of equality. The multiplication property of equality tells us that when you multiply each side of an equation by the same non-zero number, the two sides remain equal. The multiplicative inverse property tells us that the product of a non-zero number n and its reciprocal 1 over n is 1. So when you multiply something by its reciprocal, you get 1. Okay, that will be important to know. Remember what we've talked about with inverse operations? Inverse operations undo each other. So multiplication and division are inverse operations. Let's go ahead and try an example together, you guys. So the first example is solve w divided by 4 equals 12. So this looks like a fraction, but remember that a fraction bar really means divide. So when you see this, you just know this means w divided by 4 equals 12. And this is a division equation. So we need to do the inverse of division, which is multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides times 4. Instead of dividing by 4, we're going to multiply by 4. So we're going to multiply this side by 4, and we're going to multiply this side by 4. Okay? So if we had 4 and divided it by 4, those would cancel out. That would leave us with just w, which equals 12 times 4 is 48. I could check this by substituting 48 in for w. So does 48 divided by 4 equal 12? Yes, it does. So my solution checks. I know I'm correct. Our next example is a divided by 8 equals 6. I didn't do this step on the last problem, but if we draw our line down the equal sign, we can see the two sides of our equation. And I have a divided by 8. I want to get this a by itself, so I need to undo the dividing by 8. To do that, I would multiply both sides by 8. So I'm multiplying both sides by 8. If I had 8 and divided by 8, that would leave me with just that a on the left side, which would equal 48. So I get a equals 48. I can check by substituting. If I substitute 48 into my equation for a, does 48 divided by 8 equal 6? It does. So my equation checks. I know that I'm correct. Alright guys, so I have done 2 examples for you. I think you're ready to try one. So I would like you to get your piece of notebook paper or your whiteboard or whatever you have available. Go ahead and get that ready. And I want you to work this problem, s divided by 10 equals 7. So go ahead and press pause as you work. And when you are ready to check your answer, press play. Okay, so you have worked your problem. Hopefully you drew your line down your equal sign. And you said, okay, I want to get this s by itself. I have s divided by 10, so I need to do the inverse of dividing by 10, which is going to be multiplying by 10. So we're multiplying both sides by 10. On the left, the 10 divided by 10 just cancels out. That leaves us with s equals 70. You can check by substituting 70 for s. Does 70 divided by 10 equal 7? Yes, it does, so we know we are correct. Okay, 6th graders, now let's try one with a fraction in it. Right now I have 2/7 times x equals 6. And I want to get this x by itself. So right now I have 2/7 times x. What I want to do to get that x by itself is to divide both sides by 2/7. But I know that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. We use the memory trick skip, flip, multiply. So we would know, you guys, that if we did 2/7 x times 7/2, 7/2 times 2/7 is 1. So that's going to leave me with just x equals whatever 6 times 7/2 is. So I'll just put 6/1 so I can multiply. 6 times 7 is 42. Divided by 2 is 21. So in this case, x equals 21. So all we did is we divided both sides by 2/7, which is really the same thing as multiplying by 7/2. So we multiplied both sides by 7/2. Let's try one more with fractions, 6th graders, because I know how much you like your fractions. I don't want you to be sad that we only got to do one. So we have 14 equals 2/5 times y. So our y, let's draw our line down the middle. I didn't even do that. Our y needs to end up by himself. So we have to get rid of the 2/5 that's next to the y. Right now we have 2/5 times y. To undo that multiplication, we would want to divide both sides by 2/5. But we know that dividing by 2/5 is really the same thing as multiplying by 5/2. Because remember our shortcut, skip, flip, multiply. So we're flipping. And we have to do that same thing to the other side. So on the other side, we're also going to multiply by 5/2. So the 2/5 times 5/2, they're reciprocals, and when you multiply something by its reciprocal, you get 1. So it's going to leave us with y equals whatever 5/2 times 14 is. So we'll put 14/1, and we got to multiply our numerators. 14 times 5 is 70 over 2. And we know that 70 divided by 2 is 35. So we know that y equals 35. So we talked about the multiplication property of equality, which said when you multiply each side of an equation by the same number, the two sides remain equal. So now let's talk about the division property of equality, which says when you divide each side of an equation by the same number, the two sides remain equal. When we started 7.2, we talked about how another way to say that was balancing. We could say we were balancing equations. So now we have 5b equals 65. Remember that 5b would mean 5 times b equals 65. We want to get b by itself. So in order to do that, we have to undo the 5 times b. We could do that by dividing both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5 would be just 1. They would cancel and leave us with just that 1b on the left. And 65 divided by 5, I don't know off the top of my head, so I'm going to work it out real quick. And I get 13. So b equals 13. I could check by substituting 13 for b and check, is 13 times 5 really 65? It sure is, so my solution checks and I know that I am correct. My next example is 12 times q equals 60. I want to get my q by itself, so I have to get rid of the times 12. How do we undo multiplying by 12? We divide both sides by 12. So if we divide both sides by 12, we would get Q equals 5. Let's check by substituting. If we substitute 5 for Q, does 12 times 5 equal 60? Yes, it does, so I know I'm correct. Now it's your turn, 6th graders. This will be our last example for this video. I'd like you to work this one out. Press pause as you work, and when you are ready to check your answer, press play. Okay, hopefully you have worked out your problem. We have P times 3 equals 18. I want to get P by itself, so I have to get rid of the times 3. I know that the inverse of multiplication is division, so if I divide both sides by 3, I get P equals 6. I can substitute. Does 6 times 3 equal 18? Yes, it does. So I know that I'm correct.